Robert Malone, the inventor of the mRNA vaccine technology, he asserted on national TV in the US that Omicron may actually look like a Christmas present. Do you agree?
I mentioned to them, I said, the likelihood of you getting coronavirus infection through this pandemic is almost 100%. You will almost never be able to avoid it. So I guess it's best you choose your variant carefully. And that's been a joke amongst them. So now we have a mild variant. Guess it's time to make some choices. The next one you might not be this lucky. I think it's a mild variant. We shouldn't be fearful of it. And if we develop it, there's a big chance that we'll survive and develop some good immunity from it.
Actually, someone you certainly know about Robert Malone, the inventor of the mRNA vaccine technology. He asserted on national TV in the US that Omicron may actually look like a Christmas present. Do you agree?
Look, I was called upon by India today, 2 days after this variant was mentioned, to comment on what I think. And at the start of the pandemic, I was asked what I thought was a good vaccine. And I said, look, using traditional methods, we should isolate the mildest strain of coronavirus and use it as a candidate for a live attenuated vaccine. In that way, we can inoculate people, they will get mild infection and develop a robust immunity. And in so doing, being a live vaccine, we wouldn't have to vaccinate entire populations, as it would be self-spreading. As you got sick, you'd infect those around you with the same strain. And so we'd create an artificial pandemic of a very mild strain and develop herd immunity relatively quickly. Now that's exactly what Omnicron is going to do, if we allow it to run its course, rather than trying to corner it at every turn. All we need to do is ensure that there's no mortality or morbidity from it. And that's already seems to be taking care of itself. So when I had this interview in India and everyone was closing their borders to South Africa, I found it very nonsensical, in that we have a variant that's milder, that is far more contagious, that has the ability to displace far more virulent variants in a country, and of course will negate the need to mass vaccinate your population in fear of the variant itself. And so I think Dr. Malone is right, that this is actually a gift, and we should be cautious of closing our borders to it and trying to vaccinate our way out of the situation. In fact, Rainer Fulmick asked me the same question. They're having a surge of Delta cases in Germany, and being part of an early treatment cabal of doctors that have some know-how there, he wanted to know what I would suggest as intervention to solve the problem. And my advice was to get 10 South African people that were infected with Omnicron and let them come party in his country. They would spread Omnicron in his country and displace Delta, and that would be the best thing that would happen. So I think, sometimes we got to let the science shine through.
But is there solid evidence that Omicron infection will confer post-COVID natural immunity?
Look, with the mutations of the virus itself, whatever immunity Omicron confers will definitely be broader and more effective than any of the current vaccines. So you have a choice. Do you get your immunity through an ineffective vaccine, or do you get your immunity through a mild variant of the natural virus? And the immunity from the virus itself will definitely be broader and far more robust than any vaccine could ever give you. So I think we should compare apples with apples. At the end of the day, Omicron will confer immunity that will be relevant to future variants.